Winter fragrance lists are everywhere right now. Most of them recommend the same tired options you've heard about for years, or they push whatever's trending on social media this week. That's not what this is. What you're about to hear are 10 fragrances that actually perform in cold weather. Not just scents that smell good for 30 minutes. We're talking about projection, longevity, and presence that last through a full day in winter conditions. These are choices for men who understand that performance isn't negotiable when temperatures drop. No hype, no affiliate nonsense. Just educated selections based on what actually works when it matters. One thing before we start, don't skip number 3. It's the most slept-on fragrance on this list, and if you miss it, you're missing the best value-to-performance ratio here. You'll know when we get there. Let's start with something that surprises most people. Number 10. GUCC Guilty Absolute Parfum. Gucci has spent the last few years rebuilding credibility in the fragrance world, and they've done it quietly. The house isn't screaming for attention, but if you know where to look, there's real craftsmanship here. Gucci Guilty Absolute Parfum. The greenish bottle version delivers warmth without falling into the trap of smelling like every other spiced amber clone on the market. What sets this apart is restraint and intensity. The scent builds slowly, with a boozy rum opening, bitter almond, and soft white florals creating this intoxicating almondy sexiness. There's a leathery backbone that holds through cold air. You're not getting a sugar bomb. You're getting depth and sensuality. The performance sits comfortably in the 12-plus hour range with seriously strong projection. This is the kind of fragrance that doesn't let up. It announces itself without apology. Value-wise, this sits in the accessible luxury range. If you're building a winter rotation and want something that feels elevated and commanding without requiring a second mortgage, this is worth testing. Quick note before we move on. If you're finding value in this, I'd really appreciate a subscribe. I'm working toward 1,000 subscribers, and honestly, your support is what keeps this channel going. No sponsors here, no paid promotions, just honest takes. Number 9. Matière Première Crystal Saffron Extrait de Parfum. Matière Première is a name you need to know if you care about quality over marketing. This is a niche house that focuses on craftsmanship and raw materials, not influencer campaigns. Crystal Saffron Extrait de Parfum is their approach to winter fragrances done intelligently. They're not chasing trends, they're building scents that respect the wearer and the season. This is saffron on steroids. The composition here is woody, hypnotic, and mouth-wateringly dry. Think expensive saffron blended with refined woods and a mineral-like quality that somehow works perfectly in winter. It's modern without being sterile, seductive without being loud. The performance is where this really shines. We're talking 10-plus hours with consistent sillage. Cold weather doesn't kill this fragrance. It enhances it. This is for the man who's done with sweet, heavy winter scents and wants something that feels current and sophisticated. It works equally well in a business context or a casual evening setting. The price point reflects the quality of ingredients, but if performance and originality matter to you, that price makes sense. Number 8. YVESAALASL has been in the fragrance game long enough to know what works, and Ms. Elf proves it. This is a house that understands masculinity doesn't need to be loud, but it does need to be present. What you're getting here is bold without being obnoxious. The scent profile leans into addictive masculine territory, woody, smoky vanilla with pepper and suede. It's got that new car leather smell mixed with boozy, rummy vanilla. There's honeyed maple syrup sweetness, frankincense, and a touch of saffron. The opening is strong, the dry down is even better, and the performance is genuinely impressive. 12 hours is realistic, and the projection carries through the entire wear. This is not a safe choice, it's a statement. If you're the kind of person who wants to be remembered after you leave a room, this delivers. But it also demands confidence. You need to own it. If you're still figuring out your style, this might be too much too soon. But if you know who you are, this is a winter staple. Number 7. Fragrance du Bois, New York 5th Avenue Parfum. Odd fragrances have been misunderstood and misused for years, especially in Western markets. Fragrance. Du Bois is one of the few houses that's managed to make oud wearable, sophisticated, and appropriate for men who aren't looking to smell like a souk. New York 5th Avenue Parfum, not just New York. Make sure you get 5th Avenue was designed to capture winter in New York. This isn't raw medicinal oud. It's caramel oud blended intelligently with clean, almost snowy freshness. It's plush and comforting, like walking through snow-covered streets wrapped in a luxurious scarf. The performance is exceptional. This is easily an all-day fragrance with projection that holds in cold air. You're not reapplying. You're not wondering if it's still there. It is. The price reflects the quality of the oud used, and if you've ever compared cheap oud to the real thing, you understand why that matters. This is for someone who wants to explore oud without committing to something unwearable in everyday Western settings. The dry down is absolutely stunning. It's luxurious, mature, and undeniably winter-appropriate. Number 6. Emporio Armani, Stronger With You Parfum. Emporio Armani doesn't get the respect it deserves in fragrance circles, mostly because people associate the name with mass-market accessibility. That's a mistake. Stronger With You Parfum has quietly outperformed fragrances twice its price. The scent direction here is warm and intensely smoky with vanilla. There's a fresh opening that settles into this seriously woody, nutty, ambery composition. It's approachable, which some people mistake for boring. It's not. It's versatile and addictive. You can wear this in any winter setting, office, date, casual, and it works. The performance is where it surprises most people. 8 to 10 hours with solid projection. For the price, that's hard to beat. This sits somewhere between Stronger With You intensely and absolutely. More wearable than absolutely, but smokier and more masculine than intensely. This is a smart addition to any rotation, especially if you're looking for something reliable that won't polarize a room. It's not the most exciting fragrance on this list, but it's one of the most effective. Number 5. Frederic Malle Musk Ravager. Frederic Malle operates differently than most fragrance houses. Instead of chasing commercial appeal, they collaborate with master perfumers and give them creative freedom. The result is fragrances that feel like actual art, not products designed by a marketing committee. Musk Ravager is their winter masterpiece. This is complex, layered, and unapologetically niche. You're getting Christmas spices with honeyed animalistic rawness. It's all the warm spices you'd want in winter, but then there's this incredibly sexy, almost animalic quality underneath. The scent profiles here evolve dramatically over hours. The performance is outstanding. 12+ hours is standard, and the sillage is present without being aggressive. This is not a beginner fragrance. It requires understanding and appreciation. If you're still exploring what you like, this might feel too avant-garde. But if you've developed your taste and you want something that challenges you, Frederic Malle delivers every time. The price is premium, but you're paying for perfumery at the highest level. This is art. That's not marketing speak, that's reality. Number 4. Dior Vanilla Diorama. Dior has been a pillar of men's fragrance for decades, and Vanilla Diorama continues to set standards. What separates Dior from imitators is balance. They understand how to create scents that feel luxurious and powerful without tipping into unwearable territory. Vanilla Diorama features a caramel citrus opening, almost Sprite-like, that settles into this deep, boozy Madagascan vanilla. There's chocolatiness without being too sweet, and there's always a freshness that keeps the sweetness in check. The performance is exactly what you'd expect from a house of this caliber, 10 to 12 hours with projection that carries serious authority. This fragrance will fill a room hours after you've left it. Don't be scared of vanilla as a guy. This is very unisex and refined. If you're building a serious fragrance wardrobe, Dior needs to be in it. The price reflects the brand heritage and quality, but it's justified. This is a scent you'll reach for repeatedly throughout winter because it simply works. Maison, Crivelli, Iris, Malikhan, Maison, Crivelli is relatively new compared to the other houses on this list, but they've made an immediate impact in niche circles. Their approach is experiential. They build fragrances around specific memories and moments, which sounds pretentious until you actually smell what they've created. Iris Malikhan is that winter fragrance. This combines iris, vanilla, smoky tobacco, almost like cigarette smoke, with nutty, woody, cypress-like notes. There's amber and cinnamon creating this 3D effect. The performance is jaw-dropping for a house this young. We're talking full-day longevity with projection that holds even in outdoor winter conditions. That's rare. Most fragrances collapse in cold air. This one thrives. This is for someone who wants to stand out without trying too hard. It's different enough to turn heads, but wearable enough for real life. The scent DNA is truly unique. You won't smell like everyone else. The price sits in the niche range, which is appropriate given the quality and uniqueness. If you're tired of smelling like everyone else, this is worth your attention. This is the value to performance king on this list. Number 2, Guerlain L'Homme. Ideal Parfum. Guerlain is one of the oldest and most respected names in perfumery, and L'Homme Ideal Parfum proves why that reputation is earned. This is a house that understands structure, balance, and longevity at a molecular level. The scent profile here is classic in the best sense. Rich, warm, slightly powdery, with vanilla and tonka blended so skillfully that it never feels cloying. There's amaretto, almond, boozy depth, and leather. It's fresh and airy while still being warm and enveloping. This is mature fragrance work. It's not designed for 20-year-olds looking for compliments. It's designed for men who understand that quality speaks for itself. The performance is legendary. 12 to 14 hours is completely realistic, and the sillage is refined but noticeable. If budget allows, owning a winter fragrance from Guerlain is owning a piece of perfume history. The price reflects that legacy, but it also reflects ingredients and craftsmanship that most modern houses can't match. This is an investment piece, and it performs like one. Number 1. Maison Francis Kirk Djin Grand Soir Maison. Maison Francis Kurkdjian sits at the top of this list for one reason: unmatched performance combined with world-class composition. Francis Kurkdjian is one of the most celebrated perfumers alive, and his house produces fragrances that set benchmarks for the entire industry. Grand Soir is that benchmark. The winter offering here is masterful. It's warm, enveloping, and incredibly sophisticated. You're getting amber, one of the best ambers ever created, with orange and citrus brightness, lavender, tonka, vanilla, benzoin, and touches of chocolate and musk. There's cedar grounding everything. Every stage of the wear is deliberate. The opening is strong, the heart is nuanced, and the dry down is where most fragrances wish they could be. The performance is simply untouchable. 14+ hours with projection that doesn't quit. This fragrance survives winter coats, outdoor cold, and full days without fading. It's commanding without being aggressive. This is expensive, let's be clear about that. But if you want the absolute best winter fragrance available right now, this is it. It's not hype. It's not subjective. This is technical excellence and artistry combined. It's crowd-pleasing but still niche. If you can only invest in one true luxury winter fragrance, make it this one. Quick question before we wrap up. Which one of these 10 are you most interested in trying? Drop the number in the comments. I want to see what's catching your attention. There's your list. 10 winter fragrances that actually perform when it matters. No filler, no safe picks just to round out the numbers. These are selections based on real-world performance, quality ingredients, and wearability across different settings. Preference always matters. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's fine. But if you're serious about fragrance, these are names and releases you need to experience firsthand. Don't blind buy at these price points. Sample first. Understand what you're getting. If this helped you make a more informed decision, consider subscribing. And if you have experience with any of these, share it in the comments. Real feedback from real wearers is always valuable. Stay sharp.